Everyone. Uh, so thank you so much for taking the time to attend the webinar. We will begin. In today's webinar, we would be giving you a walkthrough of our Bank Statement Analyzer API. Quickly introducing the speakers of the webinar. So allow me to introduce myself. Pratiksha Shetty. I'm the marketing manager at Arya.ai. Along with me, we have Shaurya, who is a data scientist at Arya.ai. He will be giving you an overview of the API and answering all your questions if you might have any. So moving forward, talking about our company, we are Arya.ai. We have an AI API platform where we offer more than 70 plus ready-to-use APIs for automation of various operational processes. So our journey started in 2013 by our founders Deekshit Marla and Vinay Kumar. We are one of the first AI companies to pioneer in deep learning based technologies. We have automated various key processes for BFSI industry over the years. Our platform offers APIs for onboarding, digitization, financial analysis, healthcare, etc. We have a global presence in more than 16 countries as of now, and we are expanding. So, today we will be talking about our Bank Statement Analyzer API. You will also be participating in an hands-on tutorial on the use of the API and its features that will help you understand our API better. So now I would like to hand it over to Shaurya, who will take you through the API and its functions. Shaurya, over to you.
Thank you, Pratiksha, for the introduction. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to this webinar. I will quickly share my screen. So, thank you for joining. This is the Arya's API's platform homepage. So, if you just go in and type api.arya.ai, you will come up to this particular page, which I have showcased in here. Here you can see there are a set of APIs, different APIs, but the concern for today's webinar will be the Bank Statement Analyzer. So you can go ahead and just search for Bank Statement Analyzer here, and you can see that there are the Bank Statement Analyzers for various countries here. We'll go over to the South Africa Bank Statement Analyzer, which is on the first card here. Once you click on this, you will be getting this page where you will get an option of try it out. So I'll click on this, and here you have an option of uploading your particular bank statements for which you want the analyzer for. So I'll just give a small intro about the bank statement analyzer. So a bank statement analyzer basically offers a comprehensive insight into an individual's financial health by capturing details such as liabilities, inflows, outflows, recurring transactions, and in and this and what this API does is I'll just give you a demo of one bank statement which we have. Um, so this is a standard Bank of South Africa bank statement for which I will be showing you the demo for. So the transaction date range for this particular bank statement is 24th February 2022 to 31st May 2022. That will be 3 months and 7 days. And this is a very it's a well-known bank in South Africa. So I will be going ahead and showing you how to go ahead with this. So here you can see that there are two output report types which you can see here. One of them is PDF, one of them is Excel. Today we'll focus mainly on the Excel report. So you can go ahead and just upload that particular bank statement. And as you can see, this particular bank statement has been uploaded, and we will be getting an Excel output for this particular bank statement. So also would like to inform you that the BSA API has a presence in around 13 countries, including regions such as South Africa, USA, India, um, Philippines, Indonesia, Singapore, and beyond. I'd also like to mention that our BSA API is extremely versatile. We provide data in three formats: Excel, JSON, and a PDF report type. And For this particular bank statement, we'll just wait for this to process and then I'll go over with the Excel report. Also, during the webinar, I will keep checking questions from time to time and answer them accordingly. Yeah, so this particular bank statement has been processed. So I will go ahead and open up this in the Excel report, and I'll just share that Excel report quickly. Just give me a moment. Yeah. So this is the bank statement analyzer Excel report. Um, so these are as you can see, this is the home sheet, which is also called the account summary sheet. And you can see there are various sheets here. So I will go over one by one in an order. So our first stop is the account summary sheet, which is a quick snapshot of financial health. This sheet displays key metrics such as available balance, total inflows and outflows, um, and total recurring debits, total recurring credits, number of debit, number of credit transactions, etc. So basically, consider this as your financial dashboard, which offers you a view of a financial status of this particular bank statement. Additionally, you can also see that it features quick links to sheets allowing you to navigate directly to other sheets by clicking on the names. So we'll just use this particular hyperlink to go over to the second sheet, transactions, by clicking on here. So this is the next sheet. Okay, I have a question. Please, how secured? Yeah, Karimu, if you just allow me 5 minutes, I will answer your question in a detailed manner, if that's okay. Um, and Yeah, that that's the only question for now. Yeah, so transactions. So next we move to the transactions sheet. Think of this as your financial diary. It lists every transaction this particular person has made, categorized by type, category, and date. So basically, no more guessing. You know where your money has gone, and everything is here in black and white. Um, the next sheet will be the all-time top transactions. So this sheet is like a highlight reel of your financial spending habits. It showcases the biggest transactions you have made both in credit as well as in debit. And Basically, it gives an insight into your financial habits. The next stop will be the transaction summary sheet. Uh, this sheet basically rolls your pure transactions into key categories and timeframes in terms of debit and credit transactions. So you can see the total number of debit, the total amount of debit, as well as the total number and total amount of credit transactions. You can also look at the max debit and max credit amount of a particular month. And for a person who likes visual figures more than the numbers, we have also have a set of graphs which can help a person make some decisions quickly. Next we go to the balance trends sheet. Yeah, so for those who are, again, who like visual graphs more than information and numbers, this sheet graphically plots balances over time. It shows the opening, closing, highest, lowest balance of a particular month. So this basically gives an underwriter or someone understand how the balances are flowing throughout the statement in different months. Again, we have a set of graphs here, as you can see, with the key elements. So here we can see that the highest balance has fluctuated a lot as compared to the other balances such as average, lowest, closing, and opening balance. So this gives an overview of the same. The next sheet which we talk about is the daily balances sheet. The daily balances sheet offers a granular view of your finances. It showcases your balance at the end of each day, perfect for those who want to keep an eye to close eye on the money. Uh, the next sheet which we'll talk about is the monthly top 5 transactions. Basically, what this particular sheet does is it zeroes in on your 5 largest transactions each month in both debits as well as credits. So this is pretty valuable for identifying patterns or anomalies in your financial behavior. So let's go and have a look at the month of February. You can see the top five credits as well as debit transactions have been categorized here. And but in this case, all of the top five transactions are debit transactions. So this just gives you an overview for the same. So the next two sheets are the inflows and the outflows sheets, which are basically two sides of the same coin. These sheets break down your earnings and expenses by type and frequency, allowing you to identify areas uh, to see how transactions which are pretty common in nature, which happen pretty frequently, how they influence a bank statement over time. So as you can see, this is an inflow analysis sheet as well as the outflow analysis sheet is here, which also gives you a summary of the number of transactions, number of transactions, the total amount of the transactions per month, as well as the average amount of those transactions every month on a every month basis. And if you want to have a look at this particular transaction, just scroll down and you will find that these are the transactions which are captured there. It all the inflow and outflow transactions also captures very important keywords such as interest, charges, check transactions, monthly transactions, which are very common in bank statements and can be of interest to a person or to a client. The next two sheets are the recurring credits and recurring debits sheet. Um, these delve into your financial activities, and recurring debits and recurring credits basically shows recurring transactions like salaries or utility bills or monthly management fees or monthly subscriptions. So something of that sort which happens on a monthly basis and which can be of interest to an underwriter or to a client or to a person in general to see how their expenses are going on a recurring manner. The next sheet we'll talk about is the balance forecasting sheet. So this is like your financial foresight tool. So um, using historical data, whether you are whether you it basically gives you a balance forecast amount and gives this sheet basically helps you to anticipate financial standing of an individual, allowing for better decision making and to see if there is everything how basically how the forecast data can help and and whether you're saving this money for a vacation or for financial liquidity can help you make an informed decision. So as you can see that the bank statement ends in the month of ends in 31st ends on 31st May, but this particular forecasting tool has given a forecasting analysis and showing that the final forecasted balance will be of 8,307 South African rand, which can give an analysis that to a underwriter to someone to see how it's going. Similarly, we have other forecasting sheets which again show for a person to understand how the balances are going monthly. So as you can see, the balance over the past week for each day is pretty stable. So this basically says that the account holder has a very balanced financial life. uh, there are no huge hiccups in terms of debits and credits, and it's a pretty stable financial bank statement. Uh, so as you can see again here, in the month of February, all the transactions are quite streamlined, but in the month of March, we can see some outliers in balance for a particular day, and then it goes back to normal again. So this is just an overview again, and to make an informed decision on financial status. The next sheet will be the high value transaction sheet. This is basically like a risk assessment tool. Transactions that exceed a predefined threshold is listed here. In the case of South Africa, or in the case of South Africa, it will be 100,000 in local currency. So any transaction which is debit or credit, which is over 100,000 South African rand, will be showcased here. So as you can see, the credit and the debit transaction, two of them are more than 100,000 South African rand. So these high value transactions are very important to find out to see if there is any fraudulent transaction which has happened, or if there is any outlier transaction which happened which could affect a bank statement. So the next two sheets will be the non-revenue transaction sheet and the loan analysis sheet. These two sheets offer specialized insights. Non-revenue transaction sheet identifies financial activities with strategic importance, such as charges in this case, which are of importance, but they do not contribute to revenue. So these are some important transactions which can be found out and it is showcased in non-revenue transactions. Loan analysis basically gives you an overview of all loan related transactions, making it easier to manage debts and to see the liabilities of a person in the form of loans or other loan related transactions. The next sheet will be the bounce transactions. This is basically like a financial cautionary tale in which the this particular sheet lists out all the transactions that fail due to issues like insufficient funds or where the transaction has been made to a wrong party or the transaction has been made to a wrong account number, in which case the bank or the merchant returns back the same money to you again. So these transactions are captured in this particular sheet. I will now like to answer Kerumu's question. This question was that how secure is the platform for sensitive business information? So I will like to inform Kerimu and others that we understand that it is very crucial to address the elephant in the room, that is financial data. And data security is very important to us. So we understand the sensitive nature of financial information. That's why once you upload your statements into our platform, we do not store any sort of data, and no data is stored or shared. Our commitment to data security is very important, and therefore we make sure to take all important steps, we measured steps to make sure that your information remains confidential and secure. So that is of utmost importance to us. Um, I'll also just give, yeah, okay. So I think that I hope, Kerimu, your question is answered. I'll I'll go ahead now. So I'll also like to mention that you actually have to use two options of using a service. I'll just quickly share that as well. Just give me a moment. Yeah, so we are back to the same page again from where I uploaded the bank statement. As you can see, we had uploaded a bank statement here, but we have two options of using this service. Either you can upload your financial statements directly on our platform, or you can also use tools like Postman for seamless integration if you prefer direct backend usage. So to submit a request via the API, you can go over to the documentation tab here. This will be your API token here. As you can see, you can just view it and copy that API token, right? And in the so this and here again, if you just scroll down, you get your request parameters. So in the body, add a JSON object with fields for documentation type, request type, report type, and doc base 64. So the report type will be, there are three types of report which we share: a PDF report, an Excel report which I showcased you in this webinar, and a JSON response as well, which is mainly used for backend activities by people in the technical field. So that is how. So upon a successful request using the Postman or any API backend service, you receive a status code 200 stating that the API request is successful. So whether you are an end user or a developer, our API functionality allows you to generate these detailed Excel reports or any other sort of report successfully and effortlessly. Um, so I'll just see if there are any other questions as well. Yeah. So yeah, what are the data formats to support? So yeah, as I answered this question already, the BSA API supports three formats: Excel, JSON, and PDF. Um, Today we focused mainly on the Excel report, but you have the flexibility to choose the format that best suits your needs. Um, I'll I'll see if there are any other questions as well. Yeah. So I hope I answered your question about the data formats we support. Yeah, so I showed you the output analysis for the Excel report. I'll quickly also show the output analysis for the PDF report for your reference. Just give me a moment. Again, you can just choose the PDF output report type here. Uh, Drag and drop again the same statement. I'll drag and drop the same statement, Standard Bank of Africa, South Africa. In the meantime, I'll also check out other questions while it's uploading. Yeah. Yes, this question is pretty common, so I like to answer all of these questions. If it, what type, yeah, so do we support all banks in South Africa and Zimbabwe? And if we can accommodate different format of bank statements, or yeah, or do we require to edit the bank statement first and then share it with us? So to answer all these common questions, okay, the PDF report is ready, but I will answer this question since this is a very common question here. Um, so as I said already in the starting of the webinar, we currently support 13 countries. So the architecture of this API, which relies on machine learning and AI and deep learning, it has the ability to capture and give you the report results of different banks of different countries, and it has been performing well in that segment. So you do not need to edit your bank statements to a particular sort of format and then share it with us. You can directly go ahead and use your bank statements on our API, and it will be working fine. The second follow-up question was, will it support statements support all banks in South Africa and Zimbabwe? Yes, our API currently for South Africa supports all the major banks in South Africa and Zimbabwe. I'll name a few, such as ABSA Bank, FNB, Nedbank, NED Nedbank, Standard Bank, to name a few. So yes, we currently support all the major banks in South Africa. Do you support? Yeah, another question, follow-up question is, do you support bank statement in Nigeria? Yes, Eric. We have a separate API for the same, which is called Bank Statement Analysis Nigeria. I'll If you just go back to APIs here, you can just search for Bank Statement Analyzer, and you the second card, as you can see, is Bank Statement Analyzer Nigeria. So here you can try out your particular bank statements, Nigerian bank statements, and yes, you can try it on this particular segment. It is the same way of uploading your bank statements. Just make sure that you upload it in Bank Statement as Analyzer Nigeria. And if you have any issues or any queries regarding the same, you feel free to send us an email, and we'll help you with that as well. Another question is, will you be able to share this recording with us? Yes, this session is being recorded right now. So yes, we will be sharing the recording. Okay. The next question is, can I get some analysis done as per our credit check process? Yes. So to whomsoever this question concerns, yes, we have a pretty holistic view, and we have a lot of features in processing these sort of analyses. Um, just have to make sure that the bank statement which you're using is um, is something similar to what I showed, and it should be working fine. In case there are any issues or queries regarding the same, yeah, you can send us an email and we can have a look in case there is any issue. The next question is, how much time does it take to analyze a statement? Can you support batch mode processing? Um, the first part of the question, I'll answer it. It depends on the number of pages in that particular bank statement. So in I'll just share an example. Most of our statements which we have which are in which are being used by people consists of around 4 to 5 to 10 pages, because that's I think that is not that is the most common scenario. So those type of statements take around maybe like 15 seconds to a minute at max, depending on the quality of the statement, quality as in how legible it looks. So it is pretty quick. But then we also get some bank statements which are like more, which consists of more than 50 pages or 100 pages. That naturally take more time, but we have various ways of tackling that issue as well. So if there are some statements which are pretty large, like 100 pages, which is very rare in very rare. We also have we have other ways to configure that using webhook or some service related, some backend service related to that. So to answer your second part of question, yes, we have something similar to use like a webhook where you can upload a statements and within a set amount of time you should be getting the analysis back. In case the statement is very long, because we have a 2 minute timeout for every statement. So in case that threshold is breached due to the number of pages, we can have a look at that and set up a webhook or something and help you out with that. Um, Second part of the question was, can you support batch mode processing? I think I answered it in a way that webhook can help you with that. But if you mean that you have 10 statements and you want one particular, you have 10 bank statements and you want one Excel output, no, that is not supported right now. But we have the ability to um, concatenate. So if you have 10 bank statements of the same person of the same bank, you can actually concatenate that in a single PDF file and then use it in our API, and that should work fine. So I hope I answered your question. If you have any doubts, again, feel free to email us and we will be able to help you out. Mulinga's, yeah, another question, is it for individual clients or can banks also use their API to offer this feature to the clients? Yes, so this is more like this is for both. So that is the short answer to this. Uh, we have seen our existing clients who are individual clients, as well as banks, as well as financial institutions, as well as insurance companies. All of them have some different use case, but we have been catering to all of them using this particular API service. So again, if yeah, so again, this works for individual clients as well as banks. I'll also quickly show the PDF report. I think I've answered all the questions. I'll quickly show the PDF report. Someone wanted to have a look at it, so I'll quickly show it. So this is a PDF report. Again, um, this is a sample statement again. So this is all the all the information here. So something similar to the Excel report. Again, we have the account summary consisting of all the important metrics which you could see on the which you could also see in the Excel format. This is the balance account statement period. This is all the important information about the particular bank statement: highest balance, lowest balance, average balance, and all these important metrics. These are the overview of transactions over time, all transactions over time, monthly average balance, count of all transactions, uh, total number of months of this bank statement, months where credit is greater than debit. So this is a pretty descriptive view of all the important metrics in this bank statement. So for someone who just wants to have a quick look and see how the bank statement is doing, this particular pages could be a very could be of importance. And this is also in the Excel report as well. There's nothing missing in the Excel report. These are the transaction categorized by transaction size. You can see that most of the transactions are large, which is basically more than 10,000 South African rand. This is categorized by mode of payment. So you can see bank transfer, check transfer, uh, and charges. Debit charges are the most common modes of payment. These are the inflows transactions, which is again similar in the bank transfer, similar in the Excel report. Sorry, bank transfer, H1B transfer. These are the outflows. These are the debit amounts. You can also see the number of transactions here and the average, which was again in the Excel sheet as well. All of these transactions are there. Then we go back and these are all the outflow transactions. I'm just quickly skimming through because I've already showed this in the Excel report. Um, these are the top five monthly debits and credits again, which was also there in the Excel sheet for the month of February 2022. All the top five debits were there, which was also in the Excel sheet. I just shared that example. So I'll quickly skim through again. And these are the recurring debits uh, again in the Excel sheet, which shows all the recurring debits every month. So you can see excess interest is being charged every month. So this could be a point of concern or something to see for the person as to why this is happening. Or they might have an idea, but just to see how much amount they have already paid due to this thing. Monthly management fee. So this could be something like a Netflix subscription or any corporate subscription of any sort. So this is something similar to that. And yeah, again, these are again recurring in nature. My updates for business. This must be a subscription as well. Um, yeah, so this was just a quick overview of the PDF report. I hope I was able to show that as well. I'll just see if there are any questions. Just a moment. Okay. Okay. I'll just wait for another 30 seconds just to see if there are any questions. In the meantime, I hope I was able to answer all the questions which were asked from me. Okay, another question I got is regarding the JSON response. So JSON response will can be accessed through using the backend API service, which I mentioned here. Since JSON is mainly used in the backend by companies, we support getting the JSON response using the report type argument field here, and you can just mention JSON here, and that's how you get the JSON response. But for someone who wants to just test it out using the platform, we have two output report type options: PDF as well as Excel. Um, I hope I answered your question as well. Okay, yeah. Another common question was that what happens if the API request fails? So if the API request fails, basically talking about this, you should be getting the status 200 API request successful. But in case this fails, we get an error message field, and you can share that in case you get that, which is rare. It should not happen, but if it happens, you can contact us and we'll help you out. Okay, I think I've answered all the questions. I think that's it from my side. I'll hand it over to Pratiksha now, who will share her final thoughts. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Shaurya. Thank you guys for joining in for today's webinar. So, if you guys have any questions or if you want to connect with us, you can drop us an email and we will get back to you. Uh, Also, if our API platform is an open platform, so you can register using your company credentials and you can try out all our APIs for free and you can test it with your own data as well. So, yeah, I think that is it from our side. Thank you so much for taking out the time and joining today's webinar. Hope to connect with you guys soon. Thank you.